Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jillian and this is Simply Budgets. Here on my channel, my husband and I are on a journey to become debt-free. We use a zero-based budget and cash stuffing method to keep us on track. Our biggest goal is to pay off our debt and simplify our life and our budget. If this is something that interests you, stick around. So today I am going to be doing, filming, I guess, my setup for 2025. As you can see, there is nothing in here. We are starting with a blank slate. I'm very behind on this because I ran out of paper to print my budget planner on, and I had to wait for it to come. And with our postal strike, I ended up having to order from a different site, and it came, but I didn't get nearly enough, so then I had to order another batch. So it's just been a whole saga or saga, I guess, depending on where you live, how you say it. But anyway, it's just been quite an adventure trying to get this set up. So I actually did do, I had to do get some money from the bank this week, and this is what I had to work off of, was a scrap piece of paper, and that was like a leftover misprint because it printed off the page, so I had a cash envelope breakdown and I had to just write everything out. So what I am going to do is I'm going to get things set up here, give me a place to actually do some budgeting for the year of 2025. You know, we're rolling in, like, I don't know, I'm so disorganized this year, it's crazy. But anyway, let's dive right in. So I've got some things set off to the side here, but we'll start. I don't want to be opening and closing all this, so I tried to set it up kind of how I think I want it to put in here. But I know for a fact that the very first thing that I am going to be putting in here is my cover page. So Simply Budgets, simplify your life and your budget. And then this is just a blank logo. I had that printed or created before I had done one on thicker paper. So we'll just put those two in there. Those will be the start of this binder. And then let me find the actual budget pages here. So this isn't even all of them because, again, I ran out of paper. But anyway, I need to learn to order more paper, find a better distributor, because they only come in like 40 or 50, 45 pages or something like that. So, and try as I might, I have yet to find actual white paper instead of off-white. I really don't enjoy using the off-white, but it seems to be all I can find for refills. So here it is. Okay, so very first page is the 2025 budget planner page, and on the back it says this belongs to Jillian. Then I have I don't know if you guys can, I might be out of frame here, sorry guys, just realizing that. Okay, so then I have a calendar page for the whole year, and I have color-coded our paychecks. So the pink is when I get paid and the yellow is when my husband gets paid. On the back side of that is going to be the financial overview. So each month fill in like what the income, expenses, savings, and debt totals were, just so that you, by the end of the year, you can get a quick view of what you did for that year. The bill trackers for 2025. So this lays out all of our monthly and weekly and bi-weekly bills, and then as they're paid, we just color them in. On the flip side of that are my sinking fund goals. So I have written out all of the sinking funds that I'm hoping to have this year, the goal of how much we want to save, the due dates, how much that means, so how much that would be per month from the time, like January to when it's due, and then the weekly amount. And then this is the sinking funds tracker. So again, I've laid out the sinking funds, and when they've been filled, you just color them in. And then I have the ones that are paid quarterly. So the 7th of each quarter, Pretty Litter is paid. And then annual, we've got Canva, Prime, and Paramount are all paid annually. And then I've just got a quote. Budgeting is the first step towards financial freedom. And so these budgeting inserts are ones that I actually created myself. So I designed them on Canva, and I am in the process of having a blank version with nothing filled in available on Etsy as a digital download. So then I've got these few pages that are special funding plans. So let's say I didn't have a sinking fund set up for it, and I wasn't sure that I wanted to create a whole new sinking fund, but there was something that we knew we were looking to really track our progress on saving up for. I would be able to fill it in here. I could say the event, how much the budget is, when the date is, track the progress, and each time I make like an entry of money into it or an amount deposited into it, I would write down the date, the amount, and whether it would and I'm not really sure what I was thinking when I put the check mark in, but it's there. So I printed off 4 pages of that. And then, oh, I know what I forgot. Back here for Bill Tracker, I wanted to I have these frosted tab page dividers. This is a top tab, so I want to be able to easily find where the Bill Tracker sinking fund tracker is. So I'm going to put that in there. And then next I'm going to put another one with another tab at the top. This is going to be for the debt section. So now we have our debt overview. And I put a little thing on here, note to self, just keep going. When the going gets tough, put one foot in front of the other and just keep going. Don't give up. You absolutely can. The vastness of the magnificent sky is a clear indication to dream big and love yourself first. You can never meet your potential until you truly learn to love yourself. Oh, and I see I put a spelling mistake in there. One too many A's. Yeah, that's why you print it for yourself first before sending it out to the public. So I thought that was just a really good reminder, especially in the debt section, that like you just got to keep going. Keep those end goals in mind and take it one day at a time. So I have our list of debts here with the totals. And on this page, that like when I created it, I did do it double-sided. So if you had a large amount of debts that you wanted to record, you could do that there. I have the debt payment trackers. Now what I'm going to have to do is fill these out again, and because there are some that have had progress on them from previous year, and so I want to transfer that over, but I do want to start with fresh trackers for this year. So I have several in here that are going to be tracking our progress on our debt payment this year. And then we jump into our monthly section. So I've got monthly dividers. And I also created and printed off some dashboards, monthly dashboards. I wanted a little bit of color in this budgeting binder, because I did make some changes from last year, and I just felt like there wasn't a whole lot of color or vibrancy, and I really get bored with something that is kind of like stagnant. So I created these dashboards and I put the months on them. So this will be just behind that divider. So then we'll grab the monthly pages. So these are all the pages for January. So we have, it just says January, and then on the other side is a monthly calendar, and I have recorded all of the bills that we have that come out, the amounts and the dates that they come on, and then I've also tracked on here our paychecks, just so that I can have a quick overview and kind of know what is coming that month. January is my birthday month, so I did put an additional dashboard in here. It says the Capricorn. So it's just kind of like a nod to some of my traits that I have. So then I have my monthly budget overview. I did write in the amount of my husband's paycheck that I will be doing filming for. I just didn't want to forget that total, have to look for it. So I have gone in and filled out each of these for the paycheck of like what our expenses are, what our typical amount that we would put in for our envelopes, and the goals that I have for the sinking fund. But as you can see on each of these pages, there's an actual column. So just because that's what I've said I would like to have for each of these things doesn't mean that that's necessarily what it's going to be. It could either be less or more. The main thing that needs to be covered is this section. Everything else is kind of extra on top of that. Oh, I'm missing the holes here. Then we have the cash envelope breakdown, which is pretty self-explanatory. And then again, the same thing as the previous one that I just showed you, except this one's for my paycheck. And I would just fill it in for that amount. The only reason we have to distinguish between my husband's and mine is I actually contribute a little bit more to my RSP than my husband does, because I signed up to contribute to them before he did, and we have it set up to annually increase by 10%. So because I signed up for my RSP automatic withdrawal a year before he did, I'm a little bit ahead. So each time he gets paid, it's only $75 that goes in, and I'm $83 that goes into my RSP out of every paycheck. And then I did forget to mention that on the back of that is the expense tracker. So if I use credit card or debit for something that week, that we would be able to do a reconciliation on the back of each of those weeks page. So then the rest of this is just repeats to get us up to the end of the month. And then at the end of the month, we've got a monthly debt review. So each month you can go in and you can calculate what you've got for debt, what you made for extra payments, and kind of look out your total debt payments this month and calculate your progress each month. On the back side of that, we've got your net worth monthly review. So you can kind of calculate what your assets, liabilities are and calculate that. Monthly debt and savings breakdown. So this is really just showing you, like, if you are interested, to be able to say how much of your income each month went to debt and savings, and you would calculate it out. And then on the back is just a little quote to remind you today is your opportunity to build the tomorrow you want. When I was designing this, I didn't change these. Like, I made it so that I only had to design one, but that meant that for every month that you print this, it is the same quote. So I'm kind of not sure I like that. I might go back to this being just a blank page, just because every month you're not going to want to see the same quote, but it is how it is designed right now. Once I get the additional things that I need, like the additional pages, I will print those and put them in here. I just set it off to the side, but I always like to keep our oil bills in the back of my budget binder. So this will be the start of this heating season, because I always like to look at it year over year as to how we measure up and at the end of the season and see how we did. And I also, because I work from home, I can claim some of those things for taxes. So I always like to keep them on hand. So that is my setup for my A5 for putting the pages in. Now I do have a few things that I did want to put on the front of this. So I've got this little container here that's got some embellishments. Another item that is coming to my shop that I wanted to show you guys. because I am going to put one in here, are these mini calendars. So I printed these off. So I do know I want to put one here, and I've decided to go with the white background on, it's on cardstock, but I've printed two versions of it. This is the only ones that I have printed as of yet. So I did January through December, all in the same font style. Did those monthly cards up because I've seen a couple people have them and I was very inspired by that. But I also thought I'd try printing them on vellum, and I actually quite like it on vellum as well. Those will both be options that will be available in my shop that you can purchase. I have not decided if I am going to do them digital or not. I'm really thinking about making the foray into actually mailing out items, but I don't have a very good printer here, so anytime I need to print something, I need to send it off to a print shop like Staples to have it printed, and it significantly increases my cost and makes a longer turnaround time because I don't want to print a whole bunch of stuff that I'm not going to actually sell. I don't want to have a lot of stock on hand. So I'm still trying to work that out. But anyway, those are two items that are going to be coming to the shop. I am going to be posting them very shortly. I just kind of wanted to give you guys a sneak peek there. I've got a couple stickers that I've put on. I've got sweater weather, or I'm so freaking cold, I hate the snow. But anyway, so I'm going to try and stick this in here for the winter months. I used to be really big into Happy Planner, and I have so many stickers left over, and this is my way of trying to figure out how to incorporate them into my current system. So I've also got a couple freebies from the Aesthetic Dollar. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. I have those on 2 cards in 2 different sizes. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. I do like that quote, but I'm not really, the green is not really part of my color scheme, so I probably won't use that one. Oh, I want to use the Hello Winter as well because, you know, winter. And Grace for Today. I'm also going to add that one. I think that's what I'm going to do for this. I also have a whole bunch of, I guess, I don't know what you would call these, but what are they from? Project Life, from like scrapbooking stuff. They're inserts for Project Life, and I've got a ton of them, so I thought maybe I could try and incorporate them. But I think this is what I want to do for this. Now I just need to figure out what I want to use for securing those. Okay, so I think I'm going to use one of these big gold paper clips. I'm going to use that for my, which way do I want this to go? I think I'm going to use that for my calendar. I'm going to pop that on there because you can kind of make it so you can see your dates. I want to use a black paper clip for this one. And then maybe I'll use a white one, kind of mix up my colors a little bit. And this is just a sticker that came as a freebie in, I don't even know where it came from, honestly. I've had it for so long. I just went through some stickers and grabbed a bunch of stuff that I liked. And there's Grace for Today. So that will be all I'm going to put in the front of this. You know, I'd love to have binder charms or whatever, but I don't have any. I was trying to do this in as cheaply as I could. So the only thing I did purchase new were these tabbed dividers, the top tabs. I did not have those previously. I had all of the 12 months previously. Obviously the cost of purchasing paper, I think it cost me $14 a package, if not less, if I was able to get them on sale, and I stocked up, and then it cost me $11 to print my dashboards at Staples because I really wanted them on nice thick cardstock, and Like I said, my printer is so old here. It is not meant for this nice shiny print, and it would use a lot of ink to print an image like this here myself. So I always just send them and have them laser printed, and I always like the quality. They are much more durable, they last. So I think it cost me $11 because I sent these, and I did get these printed at Staples as well on the thicker cardstock because I wanted them to be a higher quality print. I wanted them laser printed. So I think in total for the like 12 pages of that plus this was printed on 2 pages, was like 11 something. So it's not too bad to have done this. So now that this is all together, I'll give you a flip through my main page. The bill tracker section, special funding plan, debt section. I need to find some stickers. I want this to say bills and I want this to say debt, but I haven't found any stickers yet. I did go through, and like I said, I used to use Happy Planner a lot, but I didn't have any of the budgeting stickers. So I'll have to see if I can find something from one of the shops or make something. I'm not sure. Stickers are not my forte. I can figure out how to make a lot of other things, but I've never figured out stickers. So then that brings us into the debt section, and then each month. I love how this looks with the monthly dashboards with the frosted tabbed monthlies on top. So we've got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, so pretty, and December. They did print a little bit bigger initially, and I just went through and I trimmed them to be the exact size as the monthly dividers, just because I didn't like the look of it when it hung out a little bit. I wanted it to be the exact same size as these dividers. So that is it for my A5 setup. So now let's get into some of my A6 binders, because I've got a couple new ones that I'm introducing. Oh, I know what I forgot to put in. I don't even know what this came in, but it was a little cardboard piece, and it was literally the perfect size for a bookmark. So I just put a little today sticker on it, and I'm going to move it to where I need to come back to do the budgeting. So then I can easily find where I need to be on that day, because it's a different color and I love it. It just sticks up nicely. All right. So that is it for the A5. So we're just going to set that off to the side. Okay, so the next binder, so I've got our weekly binder. Nothing is changing here. Everything is staying the same. You guys have seen these dashboards before. Again, this is the same one that was for March. I just don't have anything on it. It's just plain with my weekly dashboard in front of it. So everything is staying the same here. No changes. The next one is, so these are the two new colors that I'm introducing. I've got the blush pink and more like a mauve pink, or light pink and dark pink. If you're a Canadian cash stuffer, Blake owns Wallet Well. He's based in New Brunswick, so he is a small business that you can support. He has a shop on Etsy. I've got another new binder here, a black one. This one I did get from Minimalistic Budget. I do believe both of these ones came from Minimalistic Budget. So those are there. And that is going to be it. Well, I do have another one, but I'm not sure I'm going to be using it right away. It's already set up, as you can see. It is my travel. And so while I've got it out, I might as well show you. So I've got my vellum travel dashboard, and then I printed up I created this is also on my Etsy shop, turn your can't into can and your dreams into plans. And then I've just got pre-trip shopping, miscellaneous, luggage and packing. I've made all of these myself on Canva. If you're interested in any of these savings challenges, I will also upload these onto my Etsy shop, pet care, souvenirs, excursions, food and drinks, accommodations, transportation, plane tickets, and emergency. So those are all the categories that I have in my travel binder. I haven't started putting anything into this, but I do stuff every week into my travel envelope. So what I'm thinking I might start doing is moving that money from there into here. But I haven't made up my mind yet because we haven't decided if we're doing Amsterdam this year. And if we are, we need to really start focusing in on this binder. So I did put it together, but we don't have any current plans to use it. But I do want to continue to try and save money for trips, because even though we don't know where we're going, travel is a big priority for us. So we will be making that a priority this year. Okay, so I need to rearrange my setup here because this is not going to work. Okay, so we've already talked about the weekly bills binder. The next one that is not getting any changes right now is the high priority. So it's going to continue to have vehicle maintenance, home renovations, memberships, anniversary, and travel. These envelopes are getting pretty worn out. They're getting they're separating. I need to either run them through the laminator again, or what I would like to do is I want to save up for new envelopes, and I don't want to be the one to make them. I will, but I do not enjoy it. I would much rather pay somebody else to make them for me. And I did save up and buy several this season. So you will see in both of the pink binders and the black binder, there will be new envelope categories that you will see very shortly. So I'm going to set this one off to the side because we're not making any changes to that right now. Try not to move the camera because I am going to put it back on my cart. Okay, and then there's this one. My low priority, again, you've seen these dashboards before in previous cash stuffings. But the one I am taking out of here, again, these are terrible envelopes. I absolutely hate them. I cannot wait to replace these. But for right now, they work. I'm taking out birthdays, but medical and dental, golf membership, taxes, professional license, property taxes, giving, Mother's Day and Father's Day are all going to stay in here and not have any changes done to them this go round. Okay, so the first one that we come to that I'm going to set up is the dark pink. This is going to be I think I have this one listed as being a short term. So brand new binder, gonna kind of break it in a little bit here. Okay, so this one is going to get, let me find the envelopes that go with this. Got my little stack here of things that need to go in. These are the envelopes and the dashboards that I want to go in there. Sorry guys, I feel like I'm a hot mess, and I thought for sure I had myself all sorted out for this. But anyway, so I'm gonna put my vellum dashboard in here. That says short term, and then this is just my sunset dashboard. And then we are going to have car registration. And I also did up, so before I ordered new envelopes, and all of these envelopes in this binder came from Minimalistic, is it Minimalistic Budget? Yes, minimalistic budget. She is also another Canadian cash stuffer and has a small business, and I love supporting small businesses. So Marianne is the owner, love her. She's always got great products and is great to deal with, so highly recommend her if you're in Canada, or if you're not, because I mean, now with the exchange rate, gosh, it's almost cheaper for you guys to buy from us in Canada. Shipped to you. But anyway, before I had actually ordered all of these new envelopes, I had plans to just make a whole bunch of plain envelopes with no writing on them, because I was then just going to create inserts. I was thinking it would be cheaper to do it that way, just print my own inserts and go from there. But anyway, I ended up buying ones that were actually had what I wanted on them, but I want to know how much I need to save up for when I'm quickly going through these. So I have these goal kind of inserts done up. So I'm going to look for car registration. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to put the envelopes in first, and then we'll find these later, because I feel like that's going to get a little messy if I try to do it now. So we're going to have car registration, clothing, new phones, date night, budgeting, home decor, which was a category that I had previously and took out, but I am going to try and reintroduce it. And if there's a little extra money, I might not always plan to stuff it, but might get some. And then pet emergency. And then I'm going to put in a divider, and I'm doing that because then we kind of switch over from short, they're all short term, but it's kind of a different category, and there's so much static on this. Holy. Look, every time I get the cat and dog hair off of it, it just re-shows up. Frustrating. Love my pets, but don't love their hair. So then we've got the quarterly amounts. So Pretty Litter, Netflix is monthly, and I do have an envelope here because I was going to try saving for it each month, or try to get at least a month ahead. But that seemed like a lot of hassle to me because it's automatically paid on my credit card each month. I would rather just have that automatically come out of my account and go onto the credit card. But I thought that maybe I could just check it off when it's done, just to kind of track it. I don't know. This might not stay in this binder. I'm not sure. Prime is paid annually. So every month when I save up the amount that is needed for this, I'm just going to check it off here. And then Canva Pro is also an annual subscription. So that is it for the new categories that are in here. But let me see if I can find the, I know I have one for car registration. I just need to find it. Car registration is a goal of $360 because that is what it costs to register the vehicle. So I'm going to put that in there so I know I need $360 saved up for it. Clothing, we have a goal of $500, but that can be a fluctuating number. It doesn't have to be a static $500. New phones, I don't have a placeholder printed, but I do have a goal sheet, and it is 1,000 that I want to put in for new phones. So now it says new phones and has a goal of 1,000. Date night is getting the a goal of 200. So you can see that through it. Budgeting is going to get 100, and this is going to be where I save up to buy new cash envelopes made by somebody else, not me. So goal of 100. Home decor is, I thought 100, but I've got 200 here. So we'll put in 200. And then pet emergency is going to be $1,000. So that is here. you know, we've got pet insurance, but it only covers 90% and there's a $200 deductible. So it's always makes me feel better just knowing we've got some money set aside for the pets. And then I'm not going to put anything in the pretty litter or like the subscriptions because those are tracked elsewhere. All right, so that is it for the short-term binder. Love how it looks. So that's the dashboard. I'll kind of do a quick flip through for you. So we've got car registration, clothing, new phones, date night, budgeting, home decor, pet emergency. And then we've got divider and pretty litter, Netflix, Prime, Canva Pro. And I am not sure what I want to put on this one for any embellishments, and I don't even know if I want to embellish any of my A6s. So for right now, I'm not going to. I want to think on that a little bit until I decide what I want to do. For right now, I'm just happy with the dashboards. Okay, the next one is going to be the birthdays, which is light pink. Okay, light pink is going to be birthdays. And there's a lot of them in my family. And that's where this is going to come into play. Okay, so I've got my vellum. Here, let's actually... All right, I feel like I got some elbow space again. All right, so birthdays, vellum, dashboard, and the Dahlia A6 dashboard. So we're gonna put that in here. Okay, and these are all brand new envelopes. Again, these came from Minimalistic Budget. So we've got birthdays. And now that I've done these up, I'm not sure I actually needed to order this one. Kind of feels like a duplicate because every member of my family has their own envelope now. I did just do one generic envelope last year, but I kind of felt I wanted to be able to break things down by person so that I knew that I had the right amount saved and I would know when I was done shopping for that person or saving for them. So this is actually, I think, going to be a duplicate, but I'll put it in here for right now. Actually, I might put it at the back because this could be for birthdays that aren't family members. So I think I'll put that at the back actually. And then we've got generic gifts. So for this would be, and I'm putting it in here even though this is the birthday binder, I'm putting it in here because sometimes there's baby shower gifts or a retirement gift. I just like to have a little bit of a buffer saved up for that. So that's what that's going to be for. So now I need to reorder these actually because I want to put them in order of when the birthday occurs. So we need me first because I will be the first birthday this month. Then it is my mom. She's also in January. She is 5 days after my birthday. And then we've got my brother, his in March. And so there's no birthdays in February. We've got my brother Josh in March, nobody in April, and then we have my dad who is in May. He's May 14th, and then my other brother is the 25th. So Chad will be next. And then June, there's nobody. July, there's nobody. August is my niece, Addison. So, and September is my hubby, is the 29th. And our youngest niece, Gabriella, is also the 29th of September. They're birthday buddies. October is going to be, oh wait, there is a February birthday. My sister-in-law's birthday is in February. October, we have one of my nieces, Sophia, and my nephew, Austin. They're both in October. Nobody in November. Then we have my grandmother, who is Boxing Day, and my other sister-in-law, who is New Year's Eve. So, I'm gonna go back to February here and put Miss Stephanie in here. So now what I've done for these is, because I knew that I was having, well, what I'll do while I'm going through is what I had saved up for birthdays previously, I'm going to be actually putting in gifts. So the goal is 100. And I think I want to put that backwards so that you can see it from the other side. And then we've got the tracker in here. We'll do the tracker next. So I might just put it all together. So we've got $100 in here. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 81. Our goal is 100. So this is fully funded, and we've got our goal sheet in the back. So now that is that one done. Let's do a flip through of this one. So this is the birthday binder. Love the way this dashboard looks with the color of the binder. So then we've got gifts. So Jillian, Mom, Stephanie, Josh, Dad, Chad, Addison, Graham, Gabriella. Oh, and Gabriella is also our goddaughter, so it's kind of nice that her birthday is the same as Graham's. Sophia, Austin. Oh, I skipped a couple. No, Austin, Nanny, Kaylee, and then the generic birthdays. So I really like how this came together. I think it's going to keep me much more organized. And so that is the birthdays binder. Move this a little further away from the candles, making me a little nervous. It's getting warm. Okay, so then we are moving on to the holiday binder, which is going to be this black one. I've had this one for a little while. This one came from Minimalistic Budget. Oh gosh, I got this last year sometime. I did have it as my month ahead binder, but we've kind of paused our month ahead right now because we've kind of shifted our goals a little bit. So this one is going to be repurposed into the holiday binder. So there will be 2 sections put in here. All right. So we're going to start off with holidays. And right now it has a winter background, but as the seasons change, I might change it with the season, make it occasion specific, but for right now it'll stay winter. And then the special occasions that I purchased to go in here are Valentine's Day, Easter, Halloween, and then I'm still reusing my Christmas envelope from last year, but once I save up a little bit of money, I will order envelopes that match. Then we'll be putting in a divider, and we will now have special occasions. And I'll show you when we flip through. I don't like how this looks with these tiny little dividers, so I might not, actually, change of plans. I'm not going to use this divider for that. Where are they? Here they are. I want to use one of these ones, the top tab, so I can actually see the tab because these dashboards are bigger than the dividers. Okay, so that's done. And then in special occasions, I have Black Friday and decor. So let's see what we've got. So we've got holiday, Valentine's, Easter, Halloween, Christmas, Black Friday, and decor and seasonal decor. I'm sure I'll find things to add to that, but for right now, it's pretty simplistic, but it works for us. Okay, now last but not least is going to be these savings challenges. So here we go. Don't need this anymore. It can go off to the side. I am introducing a few new savings challenges. I didn't do a lot last year, and I found that I kind of got bored after a while of just stuffing things. This is just an extra, so I'm just going to tuck it in the back. It's where it usually lives. So we've got our monthly. I'm not changing that. I'm going to continue doing that. I might change my design because it's the same design that I had last year. I might create new monthly ones. I just haven't had time yet, so I'm going to reuse the ones I had from last year. So that saves us $500 every month. I really like doing that and then moving that money into something else. We've got our emergency fund. I might continue. Again, I feel like I want to introduce some new savings challenges for these because I'm kind of tired of looking at them. So I'm sure you guys are too, where I've been using them for over a year now. But this is the emergency challenge. It's this does 1,000. Our goal is 10,000 for the emergency savings. I've got a $20 savings challenge. So if I find myself doing a lot of online shopping or things like that, I tell myself I have to take $20 out of my personal saving, or my personal spending, and put it towards savings. So I have a goal of 1,200, and I currently already have 1,000 saved up. I am introducing a no spend day this year. So I want to try and do a whole month of no spending. And I laminate a lot of my challenges because I like to reuse them. I don't want to just use them once and then be done with it. So this one is not laminated yet, but this one's from Wallet Well, and it's just a small winter savings. I am going to laminate this one with a matte lamination and do that one. I do like that it's kind of like a mini savings challenge. I wanted to start introducing a few more of those. Another coffee one. This month, Starbucks has out the pistachio lattes. They are my absolute favorite. They're only out for a couple months and then they're gone. So during that time, I do buy more Starbucks than normal. Usually I'm a make a coffee at home kind of girly, but when the pistachio lattes are there, I like to drink them. So I'm going to save up some money for that. Be able to fuel my coffee addiction. I have another mini savings challenge of just a miscellaneous. It's $5 each, so it'll be a total of $150. And then I'm introducing two new ones that I have created. These are going to be on my shop. I was inspired by, oh gosh, I am not going to be able to remember her name off the top of my head. I thought I had it written down, but I can't seem to find it right now. I will link her in the shop below, but she inspired me to create a Travelopoly. I believe her version you save $310. I wanted it to be more of a smaller savings challenge for travel. So I created this one. It's printed, it's laminated with matte, and these are going to be a physical item that I have in my shop because I wanted to make the most of printing, so I have them in both the regular lamination and the matte lamination. So those will be going on my shop very soon. They will be a physical item as well as a digital download that you can print. So just need a dice, you roll your dice, and just like regular Monopoly, you work your way around, and whatever you land on, that's what you need to save. The highest amount on this is $15. I wanted it to be reasonable. I know that in the States, it's a little bit easier for you guys because you have $1 bills, but our lowest bill is a $5 bill. So I kind of had to change things up a little bit to go with our cash because I did not want to be stuffing coins. So this is going to be new to my shop. I'm excited to try this one. So Travelopoly. I think it's the Millennial Dollar. I think that's who it was. It's come to me now. But anyway, like I said, I will link her shop in the description box below because she was my inspiration, but I needed to make it the Canadian version. And then I've got Roll the Dice. So I saw this one a lot last year and I wasn't sure about it, but I thought that it would be kind of a fun new way to save some. So I've got a bunch of these printed off as well. These are all just done in the regular lamination. I didn't do any of these ones in the matte lamination. I was running out of it and I just was on a roll, so I just kept going with the shiny lamination. Sometimes they're a little bit easier to clean anyway. I don't need to use special markers. So those will be a physical item coming to my store as well. So this is Roll the Dice, pretty generic. You roll the dice and whatever comes up on, that's what you save. Again, we only have our lowest denomination bill in Canada is a $5 bill. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this. I might try saving the change from my wallet because I've kind of gotten into the habit of, I do have a change jar and I was depositing my change each week, but I've kind of gotten into the habit of trying to spend my change. So what I might do now is try to use this to kind of entice me to save that change from my wallet again. So that is that savings challenge. And then that is going to be it for my savings challenges. I wanted some things that were a little bit more achievable because some of these are quite big, the goals, and a little bit hard to achieve. So that is my mindset with those, and that's what I'm going to do. Let's do a quick flip through so you can see what the savings challenges are going to be, and I need to create a dashboard for this one. We've got our monthly challenge, save emergency savings, $20 challenge, no spend day, a winter mini challenge, coffee mini challenge, miscellaneous savings, which is another, I would call it kind of a, it's not really mini because it's 150, but $5 increments. So I was going to try and do it so that if I had five in my wallet at the end of the week, I would try to save it. Travelopoly and Roll the Dice. So those are the savings challenges that I'm going to try to implement this year. There's no real rush to get any of them done. My priority is going to be my monthly challenge, as that will go a long way to helping with some other things like debt payoff and whatnot. But that is it for my new binder setup this year. So I've got several binders that I will be going through. Gosh, how many do I have in total now? There's 4, 7, 8. I think I have 8 binders now. And that's including the travel one. Another one that I was thinking of introducing, it is set up, but I'm not sure about, is this 5K monthly savings challenge. This is from the Canadian Girl Cash Stuffer. And so each month it would have an amount that you would save. I'm not sure if this is going to be something that is going to be achievable for me this year. It's here, it's all set up, and I'll see about it, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to kind of leave it off to the side, and if I feel inspired, we'll try to reach that goal. I would love to save $5,000. That would put us well on our way to our $10,000 emergency savings, but right now I'm just really happy to be maintaining $1,500 in our emergency fund, because I feel like that's a good amount. But we've incurred some debt lately. my husband and I both kind of let things slide over Christmas, and we did not stick to our Christmas budget. There were extra expenses that weren't calculated for. Our tires for both of our vehicles ended up being more than we had anticipated. I had kind of figured we'd be $1,100. We were $2,000 for tires this year, and found out when we took the tires off of our car that we actually need new tires and rims for the spring. So we have some big expenses coming up that we need to be kind of calculating in, like keeping in the back of our mind. And we now have money on our credit cards that we do need to pay off. We still are paying off our heat pump that was put in the summer. We have about $4,000 left to pay off on that. So that's on one of our credit cards that is kind of a high priority right now because we need to get it off the credit card. Thank you so much for being along for the ride. This has been a very long video, so I need to go get editing now, and I also need to do some filming for cash stuffing and budgeting for this week. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all. You get me through the week, keep me going, and try to keep me on track. But it's a new year. Let's reset, start fresh, and keep working towards those goals. So thank you again for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and as always, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.